Welcome to Battle Royale.
Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I hope this video will make it even better. My name is ExxotikGaming, and thank you for clicking on this video. Ever since I started uploading Call of Duty mobile content to my channel, I have gotten a lot of players asking the same type of question. Exotic, I experience a lot of problems like lag and other things in Call of Duty Mobile. What are the best settings to help me win? I decided to answer that question in today's video, giving some in-depth information on, quite simply, the best settings to help you win. This includes in-game settings and also things you can do to reduce lag out of the app itself for both iOS and Android. So before we begin, I'd appreciate it a lot if this video helps you to leave a like down below and subscribe for more Call of Duty mobile content on the channel. Also, be sure to turn on post notifications because there are a lot of awesome new Call of Duty mobile tips and tricks videos coming out on my channel in the very near future. Thank you so much, and with that being said, let's begin this tips and tricks video for Call of Duty Mobile. Alright, so starting things off, let's begin talking about some of the most simple things you can do in Call of Duty Mobile to help you more consistently win. If you are already a pretty experienced Call of Duty Mobile player, I can guarantee you will already know quite a few of these first tips. But as this video progresses forward, I can safely say there will be tips I'll suggest to you that you won't have heard of before. So first, let's actually go into Call of Duty Mobile's in-game settings themselves. Now, looking at the screen here, we see we have many different options. There are numerous different settings we can turn off and on according to how we like the game to look, and we can change our settings differently depending whether or not we're playing multiplayer mode or Battle Royale mode. First off, let's look at the basic settings tab and the multiplayer tab. Auto fire for zombie mode, I'd recommend leaving that turned on. I would not recommend auto fire for multiplayer gameplay, but since you are just going up against zombies, it makes more sense. Turn off fast throw grenade. This will make throwing grenades more similar to other mobile games you've played in the past. Quick run from prone and joystick sprint should absolutely be turned on because that'll allow you to get around the map faster and with less control movement. Display left fire button. I would recommend putting this on while ADS. So when you're not aiming down the sight, you don't accidentally hit the firing button when you don't want to. Slide while running should be immediate, so it's a quicker reaction time when you need to run. And for me, I always like a higher sensitivity, so I put mine at 70, and it seems to be a sweet spot for me. Now, for gyroscope, a lot of people like it, but I never really got into it for any games that I play. You can turn it on if you normally use a gyroscope in other games, but since I don't use it too much, I can't give good settings to optimize it for Call of Duty Mobile. We'll skip over that. For your camera field view, this is very important. For whatever reason, your game gives you such a low field of view when you first install the game. So kick it up way higher to between 70 to 80 like I have here. You'll see your surroundings way more easily this way, and it'll look more like the PC and console versions of the game. And reset weapon aim? Turn that off. I don't need it, and you won't either. For Battle Royale settings, turn on auto loot, auto open doors, quick run, and joystick sprints. This all needs to be on because otherwise you'll take absolutely forever to loot, open doors, and run from a prone position, and you'll probably die fumbling around with the controls. Other people will have these settings on, so don't put yourself at a disadvantage. Display left fire button while aiming down sights and slide when running should be set to immediate. Again, I like my sprinting sensitivity to be set at 70. I like it pretty high, so when I'm sprinting around the city, I don't have to keep running into walls because I don't turn fast enough. For me, I don't use a gyroscope, so I can't give good tips about it, but I do know a lot of other people really like a gyroscope, so they may have better settings options for you. For anyone who's watching who's really good at the game who uses a gyroscope, could you please comment below your exact settings for the gyroscope so others can see? I'll pin the best comments. Thanks. Anyways, yes, you'll notice when you install this game The Battle Royale field of view is literally at 0, and that's what mine was. That's way too low. Kick that up to about 80 and you'll be set for first-person Battle Royale. And then reset weapon aim, turn that off. Alright, now we can go over the controls. So in both Battle Royale mode and multiplayer modes, you can choose between simple mode and advanced mode. Hear me out. Always use advanced mode. Never use simple mode. Simple mode gives you auto fire, and to be very blunt, if you have auto fire turned on, you'll very quickly get very bad at this game. You won't have the quick reflexes to touch your firing button anymore, and that's a problem. You'll also find yourself getting less consistent headshots and more body shots. You'll set yourself up for failure in any future mobile shooting game that doesn't have auto fire. Also, another huge problem with auto fire is the fact that you'll end up wasting your ammo way too quickly, as you'll end up spraying and praying, and that's bad, so don't do it. However, you want to know how to customize your controls, right? Well, let's see how mine look. Depending on the aspect ratio of your device, it of course will look a little different. I play on the Nubia Red Magic 3, but I've always liked playing with my thumbs. There are a lot of really good thumb players out there, and it's a sort of war between claw users and thumb users. If you normally play with the claw method in other games like PUBG Mobile or Fortnite Mobile, you'll probably find your best success with a claw method in Call of Duty Mobile. However, if you normally play with your thumbs, I'd recommend taking a look at what mine are set like, and you should be pretty good. You can pause the video if you need to. I personally use the exact same controls for both multiplayer mode and Battle Royale mode, so just copy and paste the same settings for both modes, and you should be good. Also, be sure to lower the transparency of certain controls that you don't use too much, or you know where they're placed on your screen, so they're less in the way and you can actually see your map a little bit better. Very important, make sure your advanced settings for both modes all say all hip. That way you can hip fire if you need to. You'd hate to have someone sneak up behind you, then you turn around with your M4 and start spraying and praying at the enemy, but since you don't have all hip turned on, it aims in with your 4x scope and you can't hit any bullets on the enemy because it's way too close. Don't put yourself into that situation. Next up, your system settings are super important. You need to do some extensive testing with multiple different settings turned on to see which graphics and frame rate quality is best for your device. If you have a $200 phone or even less, you won't be able to have the same settings as I have turned on. I have one of the top gaming phones out there right now, literally with a built-in fan. So of course I'm going to be able to turn my settings on the absolute max. This is what you need to do. Play a game with medium graphics quality and very high frame rate turned on. If you have a lot of lag, lower your graphics even more. Don't lower your frame rate just yet. If you have absolutely no lag whatsoever, however, kick up the graphics to high and see what happens. If you're still fine, keep kicking up the graphics higher and higher until your phone can't handle it anymore. If I had a lower end device, I would want to have higher frame rates rather than higher graphics, and that's the key with this game. That's why I would recommend changing your graphics before changing your FPS. You can sacrifice a bit in terms of what the overall game looks like, but you can't sacrifice the game lagging. So please, have higher frame rates turned on rather than higher graphics, and optimize your device best for that. Also, if you're having a problem with lag, keep depth of field turned off and the graphics style to standard. Adjust screen should of course be set to auto, and there will be some more tips outside of the app itself I can give to you later on in this video that explains even better ways to fix lag. Now I haven't messed around too much with the audio settings, but you probably could yourself. Depending on if you play with people with your microphone turned on a lot, you might want to lower all other audio settings and raise the microphone volume so you can hear what your friends or teammates are saying. 3D sound is great if your device has an option for it, but I don't think all do. This is best if you have headsets or earphones in, and of course, do I even need to say it? You need to play with earphones or headphones on. You're at a huge disadvantage, probably the biggest disadvantage if you don't do that. Now, your sensitivity is super key. Here's what you need to do to ensure your sensitivity is perfect. What I want you to do is join into a match, it can be just in the warm-up area even, and place your thumb on the center of the screen. If you can move your thumb horizontally to the right and do basically a 360-degree turn, you have the right settings turned on. If you can only turn 90 degrees, your sensitivity is too low. You want to be able to do one quick thumb movement to turn around if someone is behind you. If you have to take your thumb on and off and swipe multiple times in order to completely turn your player around, you will probably already die by the time you do that. That's a couple of seconds wasted that you could be using to fire at the enemy. So these are all of my sensitivity settings. Even mine are still a work in progress, and I'm constantly changing things a little bit, but like I said, I like high sensitivity personally, so I can be super alert and whip my character around whenever I need to. So here are what mine look like. You can pause or slow down the video if you need to look at them all in detail. I can guarantee these settings will work quite well for anyone playing with thumbs. For the claw method, it might be a little different, and if anyone is watching who is a good player and plays with the claw method, could you comment below your sensitivity settings? Thanks. For vehicle controls, I would recommend Plan A. It's easiest for me and most other people, and for your vehicle camera, semi-follow seems it's the way to go right now. In terms of callouts, I'm not really going to get into detail because the truth is, you could probably win any multiplayer or battle royale match you go into without ever using callouts. I've done that myself. This is more for players who don't want to turn on voice chat, but the thing is, you need to have voice chat on if you want to cooperate properly with your team and win. However, here's the thing. Voice chat actually causes lag for people, believe it or not. So if you are encountering massive amounts of lag, try turning off voice chat and see what happens. If that works, hey, stick with callouts and you should be good. Now, let's move on to things you can do outside of the app itself that will help boost your device's performance and run Call of Duty Mobile a lot better. To begin, you need to focus on memory usage and device storage. If your device is close to being filled to capacity in space, you need to get rid of pictures, messages, videos, and other stuff. Transfer them to your computer or the cloud, and if you have an iOS device, you can even do an encrypted device backup to iTunes that will restore everything right down to offline app data to a new device if you need to get one, so you don't have to worry about losing anything. Seriously, videos take up so much space, even gigabytes worth for only a few seconds. So try to get rid of as many as you can from your device and watch tons of space grow in an instant. Also, messages take up a ton of space, so I'd recommend deleting the ones you don't need anymore, especially photo and video messages. Delete unnecessary apps off your device that are taking up space, and every once in a while, be sure you clear your device's memory. After about an hour or two of gameplay in Call of Duty Mobile, exit out of every app you have open, restart your device, and then open up Call of Duty Mobile once more. That'll clear all the memory that's slowing down your phone and even cool it down. And if your device gets too hot too quickly, you could leave it in the refrigerator for a few minutes. I wouldn't recommend doing it more than about 2 to 3 minutes because that'll cool it down plenty. But that's probably the quickest way to cool your device down and make it run better because believe it or not, a hot device turns into a slow device. Lastly, play on a fast Wi-Fi connection rather than a cellular connection because Wi-Fi is a lot more consistent and cell service can be spotty at times, unless, of course, you live right near a cell tower or a major city. With that being said, though, that's pretty much it. I haven't gone over everything I could potentially explain to help boost your device's performance for Call of Duty Mobile, but we're out of time already, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified by my next Call of Duty Mobile tips and tricks videos that'll explain exactly how to boost your device's performance. You will not want to miss them. And if you're watching this wanting to know how to run Call of Duty Mobile with max graphics and max FPS 100% of the time, even on budget devices, stay tuned. This will help you a ton. So yes, my friends, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you took just a second and left a like rating down below. It helps my channel out a ton, and it lets me know the effort I put into these types of videos is worth it. Thank you all for staying until the end, and I will see you all later.